Hey guys, welcome to the episode 4. Today we'll talk about how to visualize, filter, and view information for your devices. In the DM application, if you see you have three submenus under device monitoring, that is, map view, list view, and the entity view. Let's start with the map view. At the first glance, you'll see the device on map, and these are the ones we have generated in our DM application tenant. You can see the live location of where these devices are located now. On the right side, you have the option to drill down based on the device types, and further drill down based on the groups in each of those types. For example, we want to select smart generators and we want to look at the devices in the United States. Then you'll be able to view the information of all the devices from the US group in the smart generator device type. Here we can see that we have devices in Dallas, one in Houston, and one in DC. On the very top, we have the KPIs giving you the information about number of all devices, online devices, offline devices, and the devices that are not connected. Moving further, we have the list view. Here we have the same kind of view that we looked at for the map view. Here as well you can select the device type and the groups for which you want to have the list view. Let's select the smart generator type again, and from the list of devices we will select generator 3. I'll take you to a dashboard, which shows information about device overview, the data coming from the device and monitoring, control history, and the triggered device alarms. You can also look at the device info, live feed about the weather of where device located, device topology, device details, and the controls. These controls are designated functions designed to perform any operation on our IoT sensors. If we want to turn off the device, we can do that by just click of a button. Now you see your request has been executed. Let me just turn on this device again. Moving further, we have the Insights tab where we have some pre-built dashboards for our demo. Here, you have an option to select from the list of attributes from the drop-down menu to create a graph for comparison of data of the selected attributes. Let me highlight you have option to select a maximum of 5 attributes at a time. From this graph, if I remove battery voltage and instead of this I add the coolant temperature, then we can see the graph with the information about the selected attributes for past 3 hours of data. Moving further, the next tab is monitoring. Here we have separate graphs for each attribute. We have some graphs pre-built for the demo, wherein you can see the engine RPM. That is reported for the past 3 hours. You can change this from the duration drop-down. If you click on that data point, that will give you a new chart right at the bottom. Once you click on the Configure button, you have the option to select from the number of the attributes of the device. Let me look at the battery voltage. The header for the chart is predefined, which you can change. Let's call it just battery voltage. You can also define the minimum maximum values for the y-axis. Once we define this, we would click on the Save button to save the configurations for our chart. The charts are now ready, and you can also see a gauge chart of the current data for a better view. Once you are done, click on Save and this chart would be saved for you and other users for future use. Moving on, we have next tab as Control History. In this demo, we turned off the device and turned it on again. So, you can see the data for last 15 minutes for the executed controls which were executed by a user or by the system. You can also change the duration from the given drop-down. The next tab is Device Alarms. You'll be able to see the threshold limit that was triggered for each of the device. So for example, we can see the critical alarms that were generated. The oil pressure alarm triggered 3 times in the past 64 days. If you reviewed these and want to remove these, then you can click the Clear button. The next submenu is Entity View. In one of our last episodes, we understood how to create customers and entities. We'll take the example of Smart Generator, which has both the views ready. We can see the organizational view and geographical views. Selecting the device type from the drop-down, we select Smart Generator. It would provide us the tree graph of what we created. We have 2 devices in Virginia and 1 in UK. If we want to look at a device battery voltage and the battery coolant level, we can select the attributes from the list. The last data packed for battery voltage and the coolant level of both the devices can be seen here in the cards. The generator 9 is offline right now and generator 1 is online, which is also one of the information we get from the cards, and can also see if any alarms were triggered or not. That's the end to today's episode. Thanks for joining us for this session on how to visualize, filter, and view information for your devices. I hope you enjoyed it.